Hey, it's me, Chaz Tulin. There's no Foolin with Chaz Tulin. And um, I was having a debate with somebody recently, someone who used to be a friend of mine. And I'm, just showing it because it was a fairly reasonable debate. At least I was debating reasonably, and it's a public Facebook post, and I was told to get off their page, so I am getting off their page, and I'm going to shoot a video instead. Maybe I'll link it to them in the end. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, so anyway, let's get to the whole thing. Okay, this is Iyad Muhammad Al-Karabi. Um, he was a friend of mine in college. He is 3/4 Palestinian and 1/4 Syrian, born in America. And he used to be a fairly reasonable guy, and he's become a little radicalized lately. So anyway, the thing he posted, and he said, "What in the expletive?" Obviously he must be upset about this for some reason. But let's see. So Palestinian Minister of Religious Affairs, the quote aggression was classified as part of the quote religious Judaization. Sorry, that's a hard word to say. Efforts of the Ibrahimi Mosque. It's also known as the Cave of the Patriarchs. It's where Abraham and other religious figures have a tomb. So it's actually important to all Abrahamic religions, including, Christianity and Judaism, not just Islam. So this is obviously a thing about, it has nothing to do with Israelis and Palestinians. It has more to do with Muslims and Jews. So, alright. Anyway, I started off this comment section, and I said, it's a holy site to all Abrahamic religions, since, Abraham's tomb is there. The only people that seem to have a problem with this fact are Palestinians. I'm fine with going there and conducting whatever religious practice they want. And I'm fine with anyone going there. It's holy to a lot of religions. And, he said, you understand this mosque was shot up by scummy settlers, right? Alright, so, something that happened in 1994, and that was a terrible incident, but it actually has nothing to do with this. If you defend settlers, straight up will block you. STR8. Okay. I'm not defending settlers, and I'm not going to get into settlers, and this isn't, about settlers. It's about Jews and Muslims. And, I said to him, that the 1994 incident, it does not appear to be in that story. I'm against all violence, but this story isn't about that. Yet you are upset about a menorah for some reason. He's upset about a menorah, which is not violent at all. I'm against all violence. And it's always about what happened, especially when the mosque gets touched by settlers. I mean, really, it's a incident that happened in 1994. I'm not really sure. I pretty much left this alone for a while, and it's and then this Robin Spateholtz came in and was like, oh no, they didn't. And, she says, I mean, not to be combative, but don't you think that given the history of the mosque and the story that's been playing out in the region over the past few weeks, years, centuries. Really, I think it goes back to 1948, so, or, you know, maybe a little bit before that, but, you know, I don't know about that, you know, centuries. Yeah, I guess you could argue that for millennia, there was a Jewish claim to this area, but, you know, I'm not going to get too much into that. All right, anyway, that this seems to be a blatant act of provocation. You just don't get to put a menorah on top of a mosque in Hebron and call it a natural act, in my honest opinion. And, you know, I get into this a little bit later in the thread, but I don't think that anybody doing a peaceful action is provoking violence. And I wouldn't want anybody exercising their religion to be seen as provoking violence, as long as they're exercising their religion peacefully, which these people placing the menorah were doing. Alright, now we get to parts where, yeah, look at this. Like, I'm actually getting likes on all of these things. Okay, so, alright. Anyway, I say, I wouldn't want Muslims banned from there, just as I wouldn't want Christians, Druze, or Jews banned from there. You know, those are all Abrahamic religions. Anyway, it is an important place for all of their religions. As I have said before, I'm not sure why a menorah matters. Violent acts do matter, and I don't support them. But I am not sure how a menorah is violent. Yeah, again, you know, Palestinians, we are fucking Palestinians. Hey, wait a second. Wait, what was my first? Oh, what is this? I actually said Palestinians. Oh, oops. I guess I already said, you know, Palestinians. Alright. Sorry about that. He'll get into how I don't say the word Palestinians later. Okay, and then, you know, I didn't really care to respond too much to that. And then there's Khalid al-Saraya, al-Saraya, al-Saraya. You know, it's a lot easier to pronounce this if it's actually in Arabic. I can actually read Arabic, so, but I can't tell you what it means, really. But I hate the English transliterations. It makes it so much harder, and I know I'm butchering it. Anyway, it's not so much about the actual menorah and its placement in a vacuum, per se. When you take into context the partition of Hebron, which is the largest Palestinian city in the West Bank. I think it is the largest city in the West Bank. I don't know, Ariel might be a little larger. And recognize this fact as part of a continuum of systematic oppression that also includes segregated roads, fenced away pathways, and restrictions on accessing their own mosque. Then it makes more sense. Okay, so this Robin person got in there a little bit before I did and said more eloquently than me. Alright, I guess she likes him. Alright. Anyway, you know, I calmly say, I don't agree with the treatment of people in Hebron. I mean, if that's actually how they're treated. I've seen some videos that I'm actually not too happy with. Anyway, but I don't think that has anything, you know, it as in the story, has anything to do with people peacefully observing their religion in a, it as in the violence, actually. Okay, I don't think that it has anything to do with people peacefully observing their religion in a place that is holy to their religion. If you only defend the freedoms of one set of people and not the freedoms of all people, then you're not really defending freedom, are you? And then, you know, even though the actual story has no mention of the IDF in there, this person brings the IDF into the whole thing. This has nothing to do with, you know, any of, you know, perceived civil rights violations in Hebron. So, you know, the problem is that they aren't peacefully observing their religion. Actually, I think in the story they were peacefully observing their religion. Does the story have anything about people committing violent acts in it? I don't think it does. That is a falsehood. Okay. The Ibrahimi Mosque is forcefully partitioned by the IDF, and Palestinian Hebron residents are restricted in their access to the mosque, while settlers can do whatever they want. It's a statement of power by the occupying people to the occupied. Alright, there's a lot of problems with this. First off, IDF. Alright, I'll just read my comment. You know, it's like the particular quote incident at hand involving a menorah has nothing to do with the IDF or their policies. If you can even call people peacefully observing their religion an incident. Last I checked, the IDF was not a religious organization either. Many non-Jews serve in the IDF. It's not the JDF after all. And he says the IDF doesn't need to be exclusively Jewish in order to impose Jewish supremacy. Alright, that one kind of had me laughing a little bit. And alright, because Jewish supremacy, I'll get into that later, how these claims of Jewish supremacy are kind of a joke. You know, and I said, you know, please stay on topic. The IDF has nothing to do with this story. How is menorah, how is it that the menorah is a symbol of this Jewish supremacy that you speak of? And then Eon says, it's my page, the IDF is always on topic. Get the fuck out. Okay. Wait a second. Let me scroll up here. What in the fuck was his comment? Alright, there's the story. Let's go to the story. Let's Control F and IDF not found in the story. Look at the lower left corner of the screen. Yeah, not found in the story. Alright, but anyway, you know, here's the story in the headline. If you want to read it yourself, go ahead. You know, then you can know more what I'm talking about here. So anyway, you know, this was okay, GDO. Alright, there were some other comments on here, so I guess sure this doesn't rank on the violence scales. What about the incidents that will incite violence, which this certainly will be? False. That's messed up. Alright. I said to that, you know, quite rightfully so, should either side in this situation live life in fear that their peaceful religious actions might incite violence? Last I checked, creating an environment of fear in order to influence groups of people was one of the goals of terrorism. Then she says, have you ever been to Hebron? She said, I just think you'd feel differently if you saw what Palestinians have to go through just to get into the Ibrahimi Mosque. And trust me, that was not a peaceful religious act. And I just say, actually, I have been to Hebron. Jews, Muslims, and Christians must go through the same metal detectors monitored by soldiers in order to get into the site. It's not discriminatory if everyone has to deal with the same security checks. maybe it is a little discriminatory that I have to go through a metal detector to get to the Western Wall, but a Muslim doesn't have to go through a metal detector to get the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Bam. Yeah. And let's see. Refusal to type Palestinian. That's fucked up, Chaz. Shows your damn biases. Oh, wait a second. Wait. My first comment, Palestinians. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Keep going. Just keep going with this. Alright. And I said I'm not bringing nationality into this because there are some Muslims that identify as Israeli and not Palestinian. There, you made me say Israeli and Palestinian for the first time in these comments. Alright, I guess I lied there. Oops. Well, it's the first time in this thread anyways. So, whatever. I don't know. Debate me, debate him. I don't really care. I already did say Palestinian though, and I screwed up a little bit there. And I'd say, that's, pretty equal that I, said both those. You're welcome to find more semantics to get upset about if you wish. And he said, get off my page. So I did. And, okay. Wait a second. There was nowhere in any of that he said Israeli, so maybe he's actually the racist here. I'm not really sure how that works. And he starts tagging people. And, he called me a fool. I'm actually honored because the fool in Shakespearean plays, especially the fool in King Lear, is actually the smartest character in the play. So, thank you for that, Iyad. And, Robin says, yeah, if you've been to Hebron and saw nothing discriminatory about that situation, I'm afraid I can't help you. I'm not sure, I didn't ask for help, but thanks for saying you can't offer it, I guess. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that, but yeah. All right, so this I didn't really see much discriminatory in Hebron. I saw mostly Jews and Arabs getting along. I've seen videos on the internet where there's like a few minor incidents where that doesn't happen very well, but for the most part, people seem to get along in Hebron, which has like 160,000 Muslims and like maybe 500 Jews in it. And there used to be a lot more Jews there before 1948, by the way. But the Jordanians cleared them all out. All right, so and I'm going to show my face again. Think that worked. Yep. All right, so yeah. This actually gets me into Horseshoe Theory, where there is actually a thing where, when you get to the extreme of one side and the extreme of the other side, they come together, like two ends of a horseshoe. And, as a lot of people know, I am on Gab. There is a little thing in the bottom of the screen, right there. You can find me on Gab at gab.ai/noFoolinTulin. And yeah, I welcome you to find me there. You'll find me saying a lot of interesting things. And links to wherever I upload this are going to be provided in the below in the comments section of wherever I provide this video. Let's see. Alright, so there's this thing called the Horseshoe Theory that I was talking about, and, speaking of Gab, let's go into Gab right now and do a search for Israel and see what people actually have to say. I think, this is going to... I'm sure I'll be able to find some posts that will get people, a little bit better understanding of this and how, Iyad's a left-wing person. Gab typically has a lot of right-wing people. I wouldn't say that all of them are Nazis, but, a few of them are. I'd say that there's less Nazis on Gab than there are on Twitter, anyways. Okay, Abbas, there's no borders for Israel. International laws against any recognition of it. Alright. Wake Up Canada guy, or Canada First, seems to... Yeah, maybe he likes Israel. I don't know. Can't really tell. Alright. Deplorable U.S. mojo. Deep state conspiracy theory. It reaches Israel. Alright. Oh, that's interesting. I'll have to read that later, even though Haaretz is like kind of just I'll just say this. When you get a paper version of Haaretz in Israel, it comes with the New York Times. I think that's really all you need to know about Haaretz. Okay. Wow, a lot of positive things. Oh yeah, Guatemala's moving its embassy to Jerusalem, by the way. A little Christmas present. Actually, they are bringing it back there. It used to be there, I believe. A lot of countries used to have their embassies in Jerusalem. Okay. Lord canceled an Israeli show. Oh my God, so that happens so many times. Artists do that. I don't know. Justin Bieber played in Israel. I actually honestly wish that he did boycott Israel. Oh, here we go. The truth is that Jerusalem was never ever Jewish. Actually, ancient Israel had nothing whatsoever to do with anything, with any Jew. Yeah, a person did a typo there, so it screwed him up by reading. With any Jews of any kind, or Hebrews, or even Habiru. I don't even know what that is. Read Shlomo Sand and Israel Finkelstein and many others if you like the truth. Yeah, that was a reply that I don't even care to see the thing. Israeli Jews like President Trump, but American Jews don't. I would actually say that's probably true, but I am Israeli and American. So yeah. Okay, that's in German, so I'm not going to translate it. Okay, Diplomat Hotels, USA. Alright. Alright. Yeah, it does actually get cold in Israel at nighttime. It is kind of a desert, so it doesn't really hold in the sun. Okay. I'm not even going to read something that's in all caps. Oh, here we go. The Anglo-Saxon, Scandinavian, Germanic, Celtic, and kindred people are the Israel of Scripture, having done all that was said to them. We now face our greatest adversary in the three parentheses, which is how Nazis listed Jews. Those infernal impostors, the Jew, who seek to use any and all means to erase white academic race from the earth. All right, there we go. Cooking with Anne Frank. Yeah, it really. All you have to do is type in Israel, and you will find at least one, very anti-Jewish thing. Not really so much anti-Israel, but anti-Jewish, and Israel is a Jewish state, so it becomes anti-Israel as well. So, yeah. With that, I'm going to, go back to myself for a little bit and load up a picture of, when I got off of Iyad's Facebook page and wrote my own friends only post about it on my Facebook page, which Iyad can't see because he actually unfriended me. Alright. And we will get to that. Alright. Let's make sure we're on that. Don't know why that's showing up there, but anyway. So I said, this guy is using his usual tactic of swearing, telling me to get off his page, and then tagging other people to argue with me, and they don't always come in and argue with me. As you can see, he tagged other people earlier in the video. He said, this fool, so-and-so, this fool's at it again, and, thank you for the compliment, Iyad. But anyway, yeah. And it's like, usually it's what he does when he's losing a fact-based debate. And I said, I'm done for now. I'm not posting anything on his page, but yeah, I might actually post this video if it happens. If anyone has anything to contribute to either side, and I do mean that, I enjoy arguments that are against me just as much as arguments that are for me. Then, have at it, since post is public after all. If you don't feel like commenting on this post, then you are welcome to share your opinions here. And, then I linked the post, and, you can get to it from there if you want to. And, really contribute to either side of the debate. But anyway, yeah, I blocked out this friend, who was a mutual friend of mine and Iyad in college. I guess they're no longer friends, but whatever. And I did hide my replies because they were kind of personal to Iyad and others and myself. But anyways, yeah, it's Iyad. His only goal in life is to become a politician so that he can put his fingers in his ears and scream, "I can't hear you." There's a very good reason I dumped his ass as a friend long ago. And it's simply that he doesn't want to listen to truth. He'd rather feel oppressed and enraged at things that don't immediately affect him. Very brilliant. You know, the Nazis also seem to do this too. Interesting. This is where we, get into a little bit of horseshoe theory. Do you think for 1 second he would go overseas and actually carry out the murder of innocent children like he once spouted? Yes, he actually has praised the murdering of Jewish children. I am not joking. He actually has done that. When that has happened. Anyway, of course not. But that doesn't mean he wouldn't hand a knife to someone else to do it for him. I honestly wouldn't be surprised either. You're better off saving your breath. You've been there. You've been through a lot. And yet, you still hold peace and an open mind. Yad will never understand. Yeah, that you've been through a lot thing. Yeah, so that actually brings me to the whole Jewish supremacy thing. A lot of people know that, about a little more than 3 years ago, I moved to Israel to be with my dad. He didn't seem in very good health. About a year later, actually exactly 1 year and 1 week to the day, just a couple hours after voting in Israeli elections, he had a stroke. And I was taking care of him and stuff. And the whole thing eventually, I'm going to skip to the part where he ended up in a nursing home because he can't move his left side anymore. And I ended up getting sued for his medical bills and what was like this reverse child support kind of thing that they do over in Israel. So, I ended up homeless for about a year, and I picked myself up on my feet and didn't really complain about it. But I fail to see how Israel is really nice to their immigrants and, people on the Palestinian side claim. And I fail to see how there's any Jewish supremacy when, that happened to me. If there was such a thing, then that wouldn't happen. I'd also like to thank the people of all religions, Muslim, Christians, Jews, who helped me out a lot while I was homeless. And, I would like to thank all of them. There's actually, too long a list of people to really thank, but thank you for helping me out. Anyways, so yeah, back to this horseshoe theory thing. There's this thing that Jews and Nazis are very similar, and I would actually like to show a video, a short film called Horseshoe Theory, which is a romantic comedy. It's quite funny, and I'd like to end this stream with that, and comment on things, tell me what you think.
Building 7? There wasn't even anybody in Building 7. You know who's behind it all, don't you? It's the Zionists, it's the globalists, it's the Islamists, and it's the Sodomites. The 4 horsemen of the American apocalypse. They want one economy, one government, and your freedom. The end is coming.
Hey, where the fuck's my bacon?
I didn't order any bacon.
Must have mixed you two up.
Excuse me. Hey. You speak American?
English? Yeah.
So what's a boy like you doing around here?
I'm from Bakersfield, asshole. Fuck off.
You know there's a war coming. And your kind is on the wrong side.
Try saying that to my face next time, bro. Fuck a pussy.
Stupid Chinese lighter. Password.
Curveball.
You kill Curveball?
I am Curveball, you hillbilly dipshit. Are you Holy Warrior 88?
Oh, shit. Shit, you ain't a fucking cop, are you?
Fuck no, I hate cops.
Me too. You told me you were in a militia.
I am in a militia, bro. You told me you were a soldier of God.
I am a soldier of God. I am a soldier of the white Jesus Christ. No, this don't make no sense, man. Why would the Aryan nation do business with Al-Qaeda?
Al-Qaeda sold 2001, white boy. I'm with the Islamic State.
Oh, so you with them savages who've been flooding our country with them dirty, disease-carrying refugees.
Stop fucking bombing us, bro.
Don't blame me for that shit, bro. I'll fuck... Yeah!
All right, fine. On the count of 3, you tell me who to blame. And I decide if I'm gonna shoot you in the motherfucking face or not. Ready?
Ready.
You ready?
Ready!
1, 2, 3. The fucking federal government! And juice. Fags?
Look, man, you hate the government, I hate the government.
Yeah.
It's not that crazy that we'd work together.
I'm Babo.
Abdul. Look, I like to drive fast, all right?
Yeah, I like to drive fast, too.
Just fucking follow me, don't be stupid, don't get lost.
All right, let's go. Come on.
All right, let's go. So, the money. Cool. Yeah, we're definitely good here. So what funds you guys? I didn't expect the clan to be so loaded.
We sell crystal meth on the internet. We're patriots.
Gross.
Oh, like heroin's okay? Well, you Taliban fucks just wouldn't get it.
I told you already, I'm with ISIS, get it right.
Tomato.
I'm the real deal, bro. I was in Pakistan last summer for training camp. Got to live in the woods, make some s'mores, build explosives. Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Yeah, you think you can take me out, big boy?
You know, in any other circumstance, I'd be cutting your head off.
How about this circumstance?
Not with an empty clip.
Allah Akbar, motherfucker!
For a loosey-ass jihadi who couldn't fuck one virgin, let alone 72, you're not bad.
For a white trash, inbred, Nazi product of incest, you're pretty okay yourself.
You like me. You really like me.
Sally Field?
Greatest fucking actress of all time, dude.
Hey. You want to come inside? Okay.
Where the fuck is your beer?
Muslims don't drink beer, duh.
It's retarded as fuck.
Hey, Babo. Quran never said anything about hashish, though.
What's the matter, Mom?
I'm dying, Forrest.
God damn, Riley. That bitch can act.
I wish my mom loved me like that.
Oh, dude, I get it. I'm glad I killed my parents.
I'm sick of being a failure, Bubbo.
What? You're not a fucking failure.
I live at my parents' house, man.
Well, that's not real cool, but you save a lot on rent. Shit, man, this is one of the greatest days I ever had.
Thank you, Bubbo. Thank you.
You gotta tell me, where the fuck you get this ass?
Weight of the world takes restless hold, shaking free the waking hours till the evening breeze.
Babo!
Until dreams take me. I'm a better man today than yesterday. I'll be a better man tomorrow. I'm a better man today
You came back.
than yesterday. I'll be a better man tomorrow. I'm a better man today than yesterday. I'll be a better man tomorrow.
Heil Hitler.
Death to America.
I'm a better man today than yesterday. I'll be a better man tomorrow. There's a million reasons why I don't
I'll talk after the credits.
There's a million reasons why it can't be true. Out of 19 Muslim guys, 7 still remain alive. It's nothing new, it's not a mystery. Check out the USS Liberty. 9/11, 9/11, what went down with Building 7? It's a mystery to this day. The building fell with such precision. Free fall speed, no reasons given. Like the towers, it just fell.